Can you hear me? Are we live? Hi, Steve, D-Beck, Mom, Larry, Misty, and James Schaefer. Hi, Wendy. Hello, Stephen. How's the audio, you guys? Hello, Kyle. No, this is a step down from a red roof. This is called the quail's nest. Hey, Johnny. Nesting. Nesting is I'm a big fan of nesting. Big kid. Long time no see. All right. Thank you, Dirty Wizard. Well, let's just get right to it. Everybody, hi, Bob. I guess I'll let you guys all say hi to everybody, and then we'll get into what happened today. Cheers, by the way. Happy Saturday. I'm enjoying a blue moon. Yeah, this is not. I probably won't stay here again. I guess I'm in a resort town, so there's a premium, but this is not great. I'm a little spoiled when it comes to hotels. This is very mom and pop esque. Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, Mom and Larry, I met them on Friday up in Springfield on my way up to Lake of the Ozarks, and they were on their way from Seattle to my house. So they went to Drake's football game homecoming. Was last night, and they're going to be there for about a week. So when I get back Sunday, we'll start that whole party. Yeah, this D-Beck, this does have the feel of an hourly rate hotel. Yes, Missy. Jane is here for a week. Jane and Larry. All right, you guys. So, left work Friday about 12:30. Got here about 3:05. Checked in. Really excited. I went and had dinner at this place called Chevy's. It's like a local pub or bar, what have you, and they have pizza. The pizza was great. I definitely got the feel that I was not a local. Everybody in that place knew each other. There was a lot of hugging. I was just kind of off in the corner watching. But had a couple beers, ate some good pizza, came back to the room. The room television sucks. You get like 4 channels. And that was bad. I was finally able to fall asleep. I don't know. I took a little nap when I got back for about an hour and a half. And then woke up. I was up for a couple hours. Finally at 3:30 in the morning, I just couldn't stand it anymore. I got up, took a shower, and I actually left for the lake around 4:30. 7 o'clock start. But I went to the Gravois Mill arm of the lake, and I launched at a place called Kaufman's Public Access. If you're interested on a map, my plan was to go launch there and go as far up that arm as I could get. And I had pinpointed some spots on the map that I was really interested in, and when I got up there, I was a little surprised. The area that I really wanted to start in, the water was exceptionally low. I mean, 2 feet or less. So I made the trip up there, and I thought, well, I had an hour to kill, and I was sitting there just kind of watching the water, and there were bait fish, there was all that. So I thought, I'm just going to stay put. I'm going to throw around some top water in this little area that I had chosen to go to first. And I caught fish right away. I missed a couple, but I caught 2 that were 1.5 pounds, under 2 pounds. Let's put it that way. Not even worth putting in my live well. But I thought, well, God, I'm onto something here. I fished around in that area, had a couple bites, had a couple little ones on, and basically just played them until they fell off. I never got the bite I was looking for up there, so I headed back south and just basically hit docks and backs of coves and chasing bait. Did all the things that you're supposed to do. I threw everything. I threw wacky rig. I threw jigs. I threw spinner baits, crankbaits of different variations. Buzz bait. I did everything you're supposed to do up here. And I just couldn't catch anything bigger than like a 14-inch fish. And after talking to some folks at the ramp, you know, a lot of people had that problem, but if you go on the Big Bass Bash website and you look at the history of today, the top 45 fish in each hourly category, people found them. I want to say the lowest weight that I saw that garnered a check was like 3 pounds 8 ounces or 3 pound 9 ounces. So that's what it takes to get a check. And that 3.8, 3.9, that is your money back. If you want to get a check in the $500 to $1,500 range, you better be over 5 pounds. And I'm gonna select some new water tomorrow and go for it. But I did everything I could do, and I don't They just weren't there for me. And a lot of people. At my hotel, about half the people staying here are in this tournament. So, everybody was kind of milling around in the parking lot, BS, and when they parked their boats and, got stuff ready for tomorrow and locked everything up. And only one person that I spoke to got a check today, and it was his grandson. Caught a 4.2 or a 4.3. That's basically your money back. So, kudos to them. But I don't know what I'm going to do different tomorrow. I might just stick to pitching docks with Senkos, creature baits, and maybe drop shot, depending on the depth. Hi to the Matthews, Onyx, Jay. Hey, Steven. I threw crankbaits. I threw square bills. I mean, everywhere that called for a specific bait, I did it. And I just couldn't get away from these 13 to 14 inch fish. It was appalling. Any other day of the week, I'd be like, okay, well, I went out and caught some fish. It was a good day. But if it's not 4 pounds, it's a disappointment in this deal. And I know those are good fish. Those are big fish. But, ultimately, if I want to cash a check, I need to find a 4 pounder. I did see somebody at the gas station on the way back to the hotel that had a Classic XL in red. I didn't recognize the person. He was 300 feet away from where I was in traffic, but oh boy. Has anybody ever fished at Lake of the Ozarks that's on here? Well, I know you have, Steve. It was, as the day went on, I would say after about 11 in the morning, the pleasure boaters came out. Thankfully, the cigarette boats stayed inside. I don't know if it's because of the Biden gas prices, but the cigarette boats were not on the lake today, at least where I was at. But there are some big ass boats, and I mean, it was crazy. By about 2 o'clock, there was no running wide open. I'll make a video of the tournament so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But it was like being in Lake Michigan. It was, you could not run wide open unless you wanted to be sailing through the air, which I did a few times unintentionally, and I'm glad I have a chiropractor appointment on Monday and Tuesday. David, so far my 2 experiences at Lake of the Ozarks, I'm not impressed. I think the lake has way too many houses and docks on it. It's ridiculous that the Corps even allowed that to happen. It's a shame. It's a total shame what they've done to that lake. What's up, BA from PA? I'm sure by now most of you have seen this video that's gone viral of these two clowns cheating in a walleye tournament. What are your thoughts on that? I think it's fascinating that I would love to know. I would love to know the whole story of like what made them decide to check these fish. I would also like to know if they press charges. That is theft. At the end of the day, that is theft. And the dollar amounts of these tournaments, I mean, you're in the felony range. Even a small tournament on a Sunday is in felony range. If it's like over $500, it's a felony. Oh, D-Mac, that's my jam. I pretty much do what everybody else doesn't do anyway. Yeah, I think that those dudes 25 years ago, they would have probably not made it out of the parking lot alive. And everybody would have been fine with it. But it's a kinder, gentler age we live in. So I would be shocked if they don't get prosecuted. And if they don't get prosecuted, whoever made that decision is part of the problem. Yeah, I mean, it's been going on for 3 years and they're just now catching them. That's crazy. Yeah, I saw that. They basically have been blackballed from ever competing in a fishing event ever again. These dudes are getting what they deserve. They deserve all the shaming that they're getting. But this is the kind of deal that ruins your life. And they made a choice to do that, so that is on them. Oh, they're definitely kinder and gentler because the guy running the tournament said don't touch these guys, just leave. That guy should have said, get some rope. Well, Jay, you basically missed my recap of today. I'm going to summarize. I couldn't catch anything over 2 pounds. And I threw the kitchen sink at him. I don't know what I was doing. I just wasn't in the right spot. But I will tell you, there are so many boats at this deal that you feel like you're doing the right thing because everybody, where I was, there was a ton of boats doing the same thing. So, is that the move? I don't know. But what was bizarre is, like, you pull into a cove and there's 4 boats in there. There was a lot of shitty etiquette. You'd be like fishing on a point, making your way into a cutout or a cove, and a boat would go around you, go about 100 yards up, and then start fishing that same path you're on. That is bad boating etiquette, bad fishing etiquette. If you are on a path those people shouldn't even be anywhere near you. Find a different area. But there's so many people in this thing that it's almost impossible to find water that hasn't been fished, especially in these popular areas or, the main areas of this event. Um, I don't. I don't know if you need a partner for this event. I mean, I guess if you wanted to agree to split the money, but whoever catches the fish has to weigh the fish. Then say you caught the $100,000 fish, you're going to get taxed as income on that, and then you have to split the money. It's one of them deals that I don't know if it's worth doing it with a partner unless you just don't like being alone. Which is fine. I just something like this I felt was like, for me, it was like more of an individual deal. Okay. Yes. Green pumpkin, watermelon red, black and blue, David. The spinner baits I threw were white and chartreuse. I threw a black buzzbait with a black swim bait trailer. The topwater, the spook I threw was the big one, white one with 3 hooks in it. Oh, right on, D-Beck. Copy that. Sorry. Lake of the Ozarks, Mr. Hang. I'm doing great, by the way. Thank you for asking. Mr. Schaefer, that's not a bad idea. I was seeing fish. The problem was, by the time I made it out on the main lake, it was so out of control that I could barely stand on the boat. Water was coming up over the front, due to all the waves. And I threw a spoon, a big spoon, like a 7-inch big ass spoon, jigging that down around 40 to 50 feet where I was seeing fish. I didn't get anything, and after about 20-30 minutes of that, with just chaos of the basically the how the lake was behaving, the water was crazy. So I just stopped doing that. But yeah, drop shot or anything on these bluff walls and cliffs as they step down is a great idea. I'll probably do that tomorrow. So the bait balls are on top. They're like, you can see them. I was in all kinds of places today where there's massive bait as far as you can see, and I threw an underspin, matching the hatch with my swim bait, spinner baits, top water through that. Everything that you're supposed to do, and it just wasn't happening. Oh yeah, Misty, I'm sure. Yeah, you'd be lucky to walk away with 70 grand after tax, which is a lot of money. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a new garage and some other cool shit at my house if I were to win. Chad, I didn't even catch any fish that I felt comfortable taking to the scale, let alone bass that were big enough to stuff 8-ounce balls in them. I mean, like I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall at this walleye deal where the tournament director's like, we need to check these fish. I would love to know how that came about. I'm sure it's such a big deal now that we're probably going to hear more about it. I don't know that there's ever been this much publicity in a short period of time about this subject. I think it's a great thing. I think people that do this should be banned. There were people that got caught cheating on the final of the U.S. Open at Table Rock. Day one, the people that were leading got polygraphed and failed. And basically, they broke one of the rules that you are not allowed to solicit advice from anybody, let alone a professional or a guide. And that's what they did. They were struggling, and they called one of their dads, who is a well-known guide in the southern Missouri area, and they did that, and they got disqualified for it. And in my opinion, they cheated. Other people in the area, a salesman at Bass Pro Shops, thought that it was bullshit and they shouldn't have gotten in trouble. And I'm like, if you break the rules, you have to pay the consequences. That's just the way it is. It was in black and white. It was for everybody had to play by the same rules. And these guys were good fishermen. So for them to even think about doing this, it tells you that people are willing to do whatever it takes for a buck. I think tomorrow I am going to I'm going to launch at the PB2 ramp, which is the main. That's where basically the whole hoopla takes place. There's 5 places you can weigh fish around the lake, but this PB2 ramp is the main one where they'll be doing the giveaways and the money awards and all of that after the tournament tomorrow. I think I'm going to go from there south and find some dirty water and throw around some chartreuse and gold willow blade type stuff. I will throw top water if it warrants it. If I find some standing timber and boulders, that's going to happen. Swindle's nephew didn't cheat. He just didn't have enough insurance on his boat. Oh, so is that what happened? They were checking for ice and found lead weight? I'm curious. Yeah, I did that today. I definitely did jig and pig. Well, jig and crawdad trailer. No, Swindell's nephew got DQ'd from a tournament because he didn't have enough liability insurance on his boat. I don't think that that's a blackball offense. He might not have known what he even had. That's not cheating. That's, not being hip to your insurance policy. Yeah, that's totally different than stuffing weights in a fish. Yeah. On these walleye tournaments, do they put them back or do they kill them and eat them? The only reason I ask is why not just thump them in the head so you don't have to worry about this puking business? Hello? Is there anybody out there? Is anybody else fishing tomorrow? Well, okay, so the weigh-in, how this works, they do a weigh-in 4 times, 7 to 9, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, and 1 to 3. They're weighing fish all day long in those time slots. And then after 3 o'clock will be basically the award ceremony. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. They're giving away a Phoenix bass boat. Every person that entered in this tournament has a chance to win the Phoenix bass boat. As well as if you signed up early, which I did, there are 12 $500 cash prizes, like a drawing for the early bird entry, they called it. Oh no, this is bad, D-Beck. I encourage everybody to move south so they don't have to winterize. Winterizing seems to me to be like a punishment, and not a good one. Is it monsooning, Dirty Wizard? Dang. Oh my God, you guys, that's painful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to winterize. Do you guys, in these places that you guys have to park your boats, do you guys ice fish at all? I've never ice fished. I think it would be fun, but I think it would be fun if you had a shack with a heater and a television. Sitting on a bucket out when below degree temperature drilling holes in the ice doesn't sound fun to me. But these shacks they tow out onto the ice, that sounds like a party. No, I do not winterize my boat. I use it year round. Uh, about, I mean, so February is typically winter time in Branson. Um, I did fish 2 or 3 times in February last year, but for the most part, I fish year round. Um, I yeah, I think I do like the idea of ice fishing in a shack with you know, you have a little hibachi barbecue in there. Like you can make a total party out of it. Like I think it would be great to have a television that you could watch like football on Sundays and sit in there and fish. And you know, if you catch something great, if you don't, you had good food, you had barbecue, TV, whatnot. Jim, how far are you from LaPorte, Indiana? Hell yeah, Paul. You have the same weather we do, basically. Okay. That's where I picked up the new boat. That's where the guy lived. It was kind of weird because you drive along, I forget what freeway that is. It's the one that goes along the bottom of Lake Michigan, like through Gary, Indiana. But you drive into Michigan, you get off the freeway, and then you're back in Indiana. It's weird, but LaPorte is where the new boat came from. Yeah, 3 inches is pushing it for my for me. What's Misty offering? Misty, that's like a 14-hour drive though. Yeah, 94. That's it, Jim. Yeah, I mean, I like to have fun. Everybody knows that. One of our fellow Tracker Heritage owners, Greg Vincent's also fishing in this tournament. He texted me a couple different times today using the same boat I was. He caught fish, but no size. They have lots of ice mobiles that they race. I'm cool on the ice mobiles watching. I went to school with a guy who went to see his family in Minnesota for a Christmas break and did not come back to school that year. He was on a snowmobile going across a field and hit a barbed wire fence and basically almost cut his head off. He had a wicked scar across his neck, like wicked. I appreciate that, Steven. That damn Mr. Buddy's dangerous, James. I melted a hole in a brand new pair of North Face boots with a Mr. Buddy. But you do touch on something I forgot. I do have some Fireballs. I'll have some. I haven't had any Fireball for a while. I didn't have any kind of beers or Fireball while I was sick for damn near 2 weeks. That was brutal. I still don't know what I had. I took 3 COVID tests. They were all negative. But I mean, I got my ass kicked for the better part of 10 days. It's the most, I believe that is the sickest I've ever been in my life. Oh, I bet, Misty. If you crash going 100 miles an hour doing just about anything, you're lucky to be alive. D-Beck, Misty, I don't know if you saw this. I think you did. He asked on the page if the Bridgeport Resort had power hookups for boats. I know they do in the dock. It says it on their website. Steven and I talked about this last night. So I don't know. I know at Port of Kimberling they had hookups in the parking lot. This hotel I'm staying at has them. So I don't know. I told them I would figure it out on Monday when I'm home. I'd call them up and see what's going on. But I mean, and truthfully, worst case scenario, I mean, plug it in and run a cord out the front door. They do have power hookups if you're not on the marina. Route 41. What is this Route 41, Johnny? Ah, yes, that's right. You live not far from where I was at. I forgot about that. Have a great night, James. Thank you very much. Take it easy. I know there's only 20 of you on here right now, but of the 20 of you on here, how many of you are coming to the tournament in May? We are going to have a good turnout. We already have double what we had 2 years ago, and I mean we're still months away. 5, 6, 7, almost 8 months. I like this baby T, a 10-pounder. Yes. No, you can't snag it though. It's got to be in the mouth or it doesn't count. Jim and Becky, Johnny Bardsley. I know some of this is pretty far away, you guys. I understand. So no pressure. There's never any pressure. I'd love to meet you guys. I'd love for you guys to see what kind of a good time this is, but I also understand that, you know, traveling 1,000 miles is not easy. Misty, are you gonna be busy tomorrow night when I'm driving home? I had some thoughts about the tournament I want to talk about. I I mentioned it to Steve, but yeah, this time we're gonna do. Of course, it's gonna be a 2-day event, which is different. We're gonna do the barbecue Saturday night. We're gonna have a meet and greet on Friday night for those of you that are interested. And I don't know if we're gonna have it at the resort or at some place, but that was a really good time. I really had a good time doing that 2 years ago. Right on, D-Beck. Thank you very much, man. And yeah, she has to cook my dinner. What is this face, baby T? Steve, you know what that means? That means go out to dinner. I rolled to Steve. I wish we could have done that Lake Fond du Lac thing. That really sucked that we couldn't do that last year. That is still something I would like to do. Um, we need to revisit this because I think that would be neat. Okay, D-Beck. Yeah, I will. I got about a 2.5 hour drive home tomorrow night. If you're available, I'll call you on my way home. Steven can cook his own damn dinner. That's twice now you've said that. Steven, I would go get dinner at the buffet at the casino and then play one-armed bandits. No, this is not a team thing. I just noticed that there is a coffee maker in my room. I did. It's right next to the bed, and I didn't notice it until right now. It's old school coffee maker. What the fuck? I did that so he knows you all seen that. Oh, we saw it. It's been seen. I was gonna say something about the tournament. I thought it would be fun to do like a t-shirt for the tournament. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? And maybe, I mean, I have a feeling we could have it done pretty cheap. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Is like a commemorative shirt for like $10? Just throwing it out there. At $10, nobody's making. I mean, it basically it's just enough to pay for the shirt, so it's not like it's a profitable thing. But it might be neat if everybody wanted a shirt, and if we had enough interest, we could probably get them done. Yeah, let's think about that, because I think that's I think that'd be a good thing. All right, guys. I'm kind of getting tired. I think I'm gonna shut her down and go to bed. I gotta call Baby T. But thanks very much for hanging out with me. And again, if there's any questions or thoughts about the tournament, about how we can make it better, let's don't hesitate to email me or Misty, or put it on the Recreational Fishing Club page as a question, or on here. I love the input, and I like the collaborative effort. Kind of feels like it's all of ours. With that kind of input. So thank you guys very much. Bob, yeah, this shirt idea I think is gonna happen. We gotta figure it out. What is that, Larry? Oh, we're definitely gonna have cake. But yeah, you guys, again, thank you guys very much for the positive thoughts and the tournament, and right on, Mom. I'll do the best I can. Yeah, I want to make you guys all proud, but you know, got to put the bait in front of the right fish and make it happen. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later, okay? Take it easy. Thank you.